Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ginge Pedro Show.
Good evening.
Saluting to my right. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Pedro. You take it away. Admiral
Hey,
Pedro.
how you doing, guys? It's awesome. It's Tuesday, and we have an awesome show today. So
We
let's
do.
get cracking.
Okay. All righty. Well, I like that. Just a quick hello to everybody out there in TV land as they appear. I'm sure they'll catch the tail end of this, but we do want to do our obligatory plugs. We got Tropical Magics coming to Kickstarter and fundmycomic.com April 1st.
All right.
Yep. So be
Yes,
be on the
sir.
lookout for that.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. So we'll go ahead and we got two guests. It's been a minute since we've had a team on here. We usually,
Yeah.
sort of like some kind of threesome vibe.
Yeah,
But now we're
we have one guest and we gang up on him. So
yeah.
today's a
Okay.
fair fight.
I like it. All right. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him out. Writers extraordinaire, Wells Thompson, the back of his head. What's up, buddy? Doing the spin.
Oh, that was awesome. That's awesome.
Very nice.
Wells, you're such a pick-me girl. It's not.
Yeah,
even,
I really am.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Should have had
Nah,
the
dude,
thunder queued
It's
up.
a whole like claw from Inspector Gadget. You need a cat. Just,
Oh, I've got a cat.
yeah, you're just stroking
Okay.
it. Just,
Oh, Claw was a pick-me girl too.
yeah.
I'll
There you
get
go.
you next time, Freckles.
Yeah.
Well, how are you
Alright,
guys
so-
doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you, buddy?
Doing great.
Joining
Oh, there
us.
you go. There you go.
Dear.
Wow.
There it is.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
Mr.
All
Barney.
right. Very nice.
The joys of live television.
Mm.
I like it. What's the cat's name?
This is Gilly.
Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She has permanent resting bitch face. We love her.
Oh, awesome.
Alrighty.
Those are the
There you go.
best cats. Like no matter what you do, it's like it's never
Perpetually unimpressed. Absolutely.
enough. It's never enough.
Is Gilly short for anything? Was it like
No,
Gilbreth?
it's
Gilberta?
Gilligan.
Gillifred.
Gillifred. Trying to think of the girl. What's the girl version of Gilligan?
Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Jillian.
Yeah. Jillian.
Something. I don't know.
That's
All right, boys. Yeah. No. Thank you for joining us, guys. I really
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. You're on the last 24 hours of your book. Wells was
Mhm.
saying it just funded last night, so big
Yes.
Very
congratulations.
cool. Congrats,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we'll go ahead and just sort of get right into it.
Yeah.
I guess Wells, we'll start with you since you were here first. No offense, Dalton.
Full of
just
Oh,
first
all the
in
offense in
line.
the world. It's fine.
Full
Yeah.
offense taken.
Yeah.
So, Wells, how did you? What brought you to being a writer? What's your creative journey? Growing up,
Yeah.
did you always think you were going to be a writer? Did it hit you later, or?
I mean, more or less. I think my my journey with writing started in like 6th grade. They made me read The Secret Garden over
Mhm.
summer break, and I
Mm.
hated it. You ever hate something so much you're like, I can do better. And
Yes.
that was sort of the creative spark that I needed to get started. And then it was making really bad short stories and forcing my English teachers to read them and getting feedback until they started to get good. And yeah, ever since then, I've known that I've wanted to be a writer. It's
I
just
like this guy. It's
Yeah.
a career that started out of spite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
My kind of guy.
Like, most things
Yeah.
in my life start because of spite.
Nice.
Yeah, no, and I was doing short stories and novels for a long time, and I met Dalton in college. He convinced me to give comics a try, and we've been working together ever since. So
Hey, rock and roll.
So were you like
Nice
always a
job.
comic book fan, or were you like brought
No.
into the genre kicking and screaming?
no, I was the latter. I was brought
Yeah.
kicking and screaming. Not that I
Okay.
don't like. I like comics. I've always
Mhm.
enjoyed graphic novels and comics and the characters. It just wasn't my thing. Like growing up, I didn't like collect comics the way I know Dalton did. And yeah, it was all very foreign to me. And then I just when, as with most things, when I decide I'm going to do something, I just kind of throw myself fully into it. So got a job, it's not a job if they don't pay you, but I started working for Comic Book Yeti as a reviewer. and that gave me an excuse to read as many comics as I needed to and sort of absorb the medium and figure everything out. And I just kind of threw myself into it.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Sometimes you just got to do it. Dive on in. You can sort of feel around with your toe, like how's this water feeling? But at some point, you just gotta.
I like how his mind works though. Like, okay, I need to read comics and I don't want to pay for them. I'm gonna be a reviewer.
Yeah, become a reviewer.
Yeah, very good.
But no, I've noticed that I've sort of been peeking over into the novelist neck of the woods, and there is sort of the divide between novelists and comic book people. Sometimes like there's none at all, but then other times there is a pretty big like one. Like sometimes we scoff at the other, like, "Ha." You know what I mean?
From what I've seen, it's novelists just being like kind of mean.
Yeah.
You're one of those. It's
Right.
like, okay, well, people read my books, so
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, there's a warmness in being mean, and that's something that people don't really like take into consideration. That when you're mean, it's like it tastes nice for a little while. then you feel like crap, but at the moment when you see the face like crumpling, you just go like, I want some more.
Buddy.
Yeah,
I can't agree with any of this. This is bad. No. Okay, that's a good segue into Dalton. Tell us about you, buddy. With growing up, you were into comics. Was there something in particular about them that really stuck out to you and made you want to write them? Or
Well, if Wells's career is defined by bitter spite, mine is blind optimism.
Nice.
So it's as a kid, just grew up obsessing over superhero cartoons. Specifically like Batman and the X-Men and Spider-Man animated series of the 90s.
JLU!
And Unlimited in the 2000s. But I discovered comics at like 8 years old, and I was in love with Spider-Man and saw a Spider-Man comic, and I was like, that I want more of that. And when I fell in love with the comic book. Mostly, I mean, it's mostly probably the John Romita Jr. art, but the rest of the book was pretty great too.
Really?
And
very nice.
Yeah. And then found Captain Underpants, which is about 8-year-old boys who make comic books. And I was like, I'm 8. I like comic books. I can do that. And so I just started doing comic books, just hand stapling little comics I made. And I've been doing it nonstop ever since. So it's obsession is a light word, but it's there.
I like it. Very nice. How old are you guys, if you don't mind my asking?
Older than time.
I do.
Well,
he just turned the scary number, and I'm turning it in a month. But I'm 29.
I'll just say, I'm 30. I just turned 30 in July last year.
Yeah. So how is life on the other side? Is it?
It's not fun,
Guys, I'm 50.
It was scary, man. Yeah, Pedro just turned 50 not that long ago.
Oh, you don't look it. Congratulations.
Oh, I don't look it, but I feel it.
in here.
But no, I asked.
Every time I stand, I go, I'm 50.
No, I asked because it's funny that you mentioned that pathway, because that's basically, you said John Romita Jr. art. I assume it was the J. Michael Straczynski Spider-Man run at the time?
Right before Straczynski. It was the Howard Mackey years.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who we got to meet actually at Chicago Fan Expo a little while ago. That was sweet.
Oh yeah, actually got to meet Howard Mackey, have him sign the first comic I ever bought. It was great.
And he yelled at me because my signature was bad.
To be fair, he was right.
He was right. I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm just saying he yelled at me. He said, "No! What is this?"
Nice.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's just funny. That's like the reason I asked is I same story pretty much. I grew up on those cartoons and got a hold of the Straczynski run of Spider-Man. And that was my first. It was the graphic novel. For some reason, I guess probably just because the cartoons and the movie, probably the early 2000s movie was out. My mom picked that up for me, and that was a life-changing event for me. I mean, that was, also I loved Batman and everything growing up, but yeah, it was just funny. But you do see that a lot. It's a common thread with people our age. Like you hear this story a lot.
It's the 90s cartoons that might be the last great media that actually drove people to comic books. Like MCU doesn't do that.
That's fair. Very interesting. Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about you guys' first get together. Did that book get published, or what was it like when you two first started working together?
Oh boy.
In a sense, yes. We were making like 8-page black and white do-it-yourself like ash cans. And
Right.
we sold those at like comic conventions, and that's how we kind of gained our following at first.
Right.
And then we turned those into a book that did get published with Caliber Comics called Descent into Dread.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't mean, I guess published was the wrong word necessarily, but I mean just the first book that you two put out together, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Okay, very, very nice.
Well, funny story. The first thing that we worked on together, the first, which is a comic, hasn't seen the light of day yet, but actually is set to very shortly. So we're really excited about that. We're going to be presenting that to the world as like, hey, this is the reason we started doing this.
All right. Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
So if you guys had already mentioned it, I apologize, but how many years ago was that? And then we'll hop right into today.
Would
2015 is when we first started working on Depths together.
I don't think that's true. I think it was.
That's what first draft of Depths is from 15. So
Seriously?
it had to be 15. Yeah, so it had to be 15 or 16 when we first started working together. And then 17 is when we kind of really started doing. We're like, okay, we can't do Depths right now. It's too big. Let's focus on smaller chunks. And then about 2017, we started doing the zines and the ash cans. So it's been going on for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about the roosters. I'm gonna.
Oh, good. Yeah, as I recall, it was like I thought it was early 2017 is when we started working on Depths, but I could be wrong. It's been a while.
It could have been when I brought Depths to you, but 15 was when I was living by myself in a crappy apartment. And
okay,
so that's when I wrote Depths.
Well, he was saying when we started working together on it.
Yeah, I think it wasn't too long after that because we would go out for drinks and we would look at each other's work, and I think I showed you Depths at that point. And so it was 16, 17.
Well, yeah, and I looked at, but the moment that I was like, I think I can help you make this happen was definitely in 17. Like early 2017, because this is a tangent, but like basically we had both gone through depressive periods. You know how graduating college is. You're trying to figure
how being a millennial is.
Yeah. And we kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Dalton
I don't
launched okay, well no one's talking to you, Pedro. 50 years
old man.
Got a house and probably some kids. Good for you.
Property, sir. Property.
It's good.
Several.
Man.
Oh Lord. But we just trying to figure stuff out. Dalton launched a website that was very ambitious, probably a little bit too much for him to handle by himself. Yeah. And then like we were just like, okay, we need to find some common ground. We went out to get a drink, and that's when we were like, maybe we can do this if we do it together. And we were right. And then started working on it throughout the rest of 2017, started going to conventions in 2018, started making Descent into Dread in 2019, and got it published in summer of 2020.
All right. Right on, boys. Very nice. I like it. Boom, 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 boom. Very good. So I always like to talk about people's workflow, and there's been times when we've had just like one of the two writers on, but it's very rare, I think, if ever, that we've had a set of co-writers on. So as a writer myself, I'd like to maybe hear your guys' thoughts on how the two of you work together on approaching a script and writing a script. You chop it up and hand it over, or what do you guys do?
How do you do this without killing each other?
We set a circle of lit candles, and we close our eyes and chant in unison.
It's the Wiccan approach. Awesome.
Yes. That way you can always that way the ghosts just help you write, man. Like they got better ideas than Wells does. It's fine.
That's why they call it ghostwriting. Yeah, exactly. Depending, it depends on the project, but
It all starts on a 2 a.m. drunken spitballing session. Like
too many of them, that's true.
they all start there, and then one of us goes and makes a brief outline,
Yeah.
and then whoever takes point takes point.
At some point, yeah, the other one says to the other, "I've got a really dumb idea," and we go, "Okay, I'd love to hear it." And exactly. One of us is like, "Okay, I can't not write this," and we're like, "Okay, go for it." And they'll write the first draft and hand it over, and the other one will tear it apart and write the second draft and hand it back over. And then that person, usually that's the point where they go, "Okay, I think we understand what's going on now," and they make the third draft, which we basically will stick to with like minor alterations up until we're ready to make it. And then we, based on the genre, based on the tone, based on what we're feeling, we look for an artist that we feel matches that energy. And we've had pretty good luck with that method so far.
Very nice. Okay. I love that. Okay, great. Yeah. So when you guys are writing the script, and how much is the third draft been so incredibly different that it was like hard to see the original vision at times, or do you just do you fall in love with it right away, or how's that sort of working through?
Not really when we're working together. I've had solo projects that the third draft looks nothing like the first draft and everything's going. But I think just by nature of like us talking it through with each other and like we already know where we're starting and we know what we're trying to build from the get-go. We kind of already know that, and like the original vision kind of shines through no matter what.
Yeah, it does look significantly different, but not in a way that you wouldn't. It's unrecognizable, especially because of the way that Wells and I both operate on our own. Like Wells is very piecemeal when it comes to writing. He's like, I write this amount, and I don't go past that amount until I figured out the next part and that kind of thing. And I just have manic creative episodes where I write 13-issue series in a weekend, and then we have to go back and start chiseling at it like a piece of marble. So it depending on who's taking point, it can also really depend on what those drafts end up looking like. Like my second and third drafts usually involve a lot more adjustment because I just did a whole manic episode, and Wells has to come in and be like, okay, what works, what doesn't here? And Wells's is very much more, okay, how do we get this to move a little better because it's a little disjointed from the piecemeal nature of it. So, but together it comes out as one final good looking script that you'd be hard pressed to figure out who wrote what.
For sure.
I like it. Great. You guys sound like you work together fantastically.
Good,
great.
Well,
I hope so at this point.
We get the job done. I don't know how fantastic it is.
Yeah. We are creatively married at this point, and I don't even want to think about who would get what in the divorce.
I get Douglas, and that's all that matters.
You definitely get Douglas. Yeah, I'll give you that. That would break my heart, but you do get Douglas, but I get Dust.
That's Douglas.
I don't know if you're talking about characters or sexual positions.
Douglas the octopus.
Douglas is a friendly octopus. He's he's like a Labrador, but he's an octopus.
It's nice that you clarified that, because I was horrified for a second there.
No, I get Gilly in the divorce. That's what it is.
Nice.
I'll fight you.
Nice.
That's my cat.
Oh, man.
So, where do you guys tend to find your artists at? There's kind of a couple different sources I've heard, but what about you guys specifically?
Twitter about 90% of the time. Twitter or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You can find artists on Twitter overall that fighting and
you just have to go to the right hashtag where nobody wants to fight, because they're all trying to promote themselves, and you're good.
That's the thing is like comics Twitter in particular, and by which I mean the very narrow scope of like wholesome indie comics Twitter, not all of comics Twitter. But there's a really solid community of indie writers and artists and letterers and editors that all kind of glom together. And you can get a lot of mileage out of just being friendly and going into that community and being like, hey, I have a project. Do you have any availability? Do you have, what's your page rate? And you know, some of my closest friends in comics I met having that exact conversation, just shooting a DM, being like, "Hey, I really like your style. I'd like to know what your page rate is in case I ever need a comic made."
Oh,
All right. Yes, very nice. I found that to be the case as well, being just direct, you know, and direct and friendly tends to sort of, you kind of get that energy back most of the time.
For sure.
You got to make friends in this industry. You're not going to go that far. Like you could be super talented, but unless you're a good person and you're just part of the community, it's not going to get you that far.
Yeah, you can't have like that king shit energy that doesn't bode well.
No, not at all.
It definitely, the networking, unless you're coming from 20 years of working somewhere, you know, or having done something else creative, you know, that gives you a name. It's definitely just, you know, almost a part of the job, unless you've got something that just is flying off the shelves. But even still, I mean, I'm sure a lot of these people are still doing interviews. It's normal, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let me say hello to the chat real quick, if that's all right, guys.
Yeah, by all means.
Hi, chat.
What's up, chat?
Right. So we got Neo Star. What's up, buddy? The brilliant star that shines through the night, the jagged rock in the boot of crime. Riser Man stands before you. I love his intros, guys. He's got
As always.
How's it going, fellas?
Always got the.
It's going good.
Ictus, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming by. He says, I dig the shirt. Ginge, is it Hawaiian? It is a Walmart shirt I got for $11.
Dude, it's not the price, is how you rock it. And you look like a tourist in Panama right now.
Yeah. And ultimately, isn't that the dream?
Yeah.
You're missing the block of sunscreen right on the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it, yeah.
Doing that, a little daiquiri or a Mai Tai or something. A drink with an umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I had on a similar shirt. I had bought 2 shirts at the time. I picked this color just because I liked the black. I didn't really want to go full Hawaiian shirt, and I was like, okay, this kind of, you know, it's got some alright colors. So I went with it, and I went out to the beach and had on a, you know, just a type of like khaki pants that were like sort of like not necessarily ankle pants. They're like the sort of Japanese style pants. It sounds but they don't look it. Doesn't matter. Point being, I had on black tennis shoes, sunglasses, and like this big silly hat. And I had my hair up, and I took a look at myself, and I'm like, I look like a FBI agent undercover,
or a
very poorly
lady.
undercover.
Yeah,
you're trying so hard not to draw attention to yourself that you are the most noticeable thing in the.
I'm blending in.
I live in Florida, so I mean, I knew for a fact I look like a tourist. I live in Panama City. It's a very touristy spot. Okay, but there you go. Sorry to pull us off track there, boys.
Oh, are
Pedro,
you the Florida man?
I'm one of them. Make no mistake about
Certainly
that.
one of them.
There's a few of them running around. This is another one. He's got an alligator themed comic book to be sure. So.
Nice.
Okay, boys. So enough shenanigans. What do you say? We pop the pups out and see what we're doing with here.
Oh, it's one of those shows. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh.
All right. So I got MECHATON volumes 1 through 5. Let me pull this up here. Okay. Boom. All right.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yay.
So tell us about it, please. Wherever you'd like to start.
MECHATON is a sci-fi action comedy comic about a glove that crash lands on Earth, the 2 idiots that get a hold of it, and the kaiju shenanigans that ensue. They discover very quickly that the glove, when it's attached to someone's hand, when they punch something, it turns into a mech. Whether that be a hot dog cart or a house.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Love the premise.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They sort of technically are.
It's a great comic for the endless possibilities of what's going to be, what's going to happen next. What are they going to punch next? What absurd thing are they going to make into a robot? As well as, big kaiju fights.
Mm-hmm. So if they punch something organic, would that activate?
So that is a question that we answer in issue number 5.
Okay.
What does happen? Very good question.
Yeah.
Immediately a question. That was one of the reasons I think that the the idea it spoke to us so clearly. It was like so many questions immediately got raised.
Mhm.
Like, what
Yeah.
happens if this particular thing happens? I don't know. Let's find out. So yeah, I really enjoy it for that. And then on top of that, the character work, the characters that we've invented for this are just so much fun to write, and so full of heart and love. It's a story about punching stuff, but equally as much as a story about a brother and a sister and their relationship. So.
All right. Lovely. You got to bring in the heart element, of course.
Yeah, dude. It's always those little things like the relationships within the characters is what brings people back. I mean, everybody can do adventure, but
exactly,
you have to make people care about the characters within the adventure. So
it's not anime without a disgusting amount of sincerity.
Yeah,
exactly. Or sibling sex. That's anime.
Did we leave that out, guys?
Oh, anime.
Is there any of that in there? This show can get smutty. We haven't said the word pornography in the few episodes.
You already have, sir.
Well, now you have. Yeah. There is a cameo of a shop called Waifus Only, which
I like it. Let's go.
But yeah, no, it's I like to make a concept that makes you go, oh, that's really cool, and then in that I smuggle in the feels. So you read it and you're like, I didn't expect to cry, but now my day is ruined.
Absolutely.
I have to.
Yes.
In front of my woman.
Yeah. I think that's actually a key. I try to keep that in mind too, especially sometimes the more silly a premise can be, the more you want to sort of deliver that realness. You know what I mean? Give them a little bit of jelly into that sandwich. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I came for the silly hot dog robot. Why does my heart hurt?
I just want to say to Pops real quick, if Pop's listening, can you move me or move our guests? I tried moving them on our little. Anytime I bring up a chat, it blocks Dalton's face, and I find that rude.
No.
So.
Yeah, it's rude.
But I can't.
Look at Dalton.
It's not letting me move them, Pops. So I don't need to be a pain in the. Okay. Alrighty. So waifus only, you say? This guy. Don't let him fool you.
Okay, it shows up in the first issue as sort of a joke, as collateral damage, and then in the fifth issue, it makes its epic comeback.
I like it. I'd like to hit this trailer, if that's all right with you guys.
Sure thing.
Right ahead.
I'm going to try not to chuckle through the whole thing.
Okay, I like it.
Do it.
Boom.
Previously on MECHATON. Hex gave Derek enough time to use the MECHATON glove and defeat the irradiated superbug beta, Thoraxis. But the day was not yet won. Taken in by the local authorities, Derek was instructed by Chief Bolton to go home and attempt to stay under the radar as everyone tried to figure out what exactly was going on. After leaving the station, Derek, Leah, and Hex were stopped by Derek's former boss, Mr. Moore. His aim? To bring Derek into the something cheesy fold and promote their new, definitely radioactive glow-in-the-dark pizza. And look out! After seeing what little defensive power the world outside has, a third kaiju begins its ploy for ultimate destruction. Will Derek be able to protect his community from abomination? Will Leah be able to discover the secrets of the MECHATON glove? Will Hex learn to read backwards? Find out next week on this double-issue, 40-page episode of MECHATON number 4 and 5! In the Red, or How to Sell Out Without Catching a Break.
Nice.
Wow. All right, boys. That was incredible all the way around.
Thank you.
We channeled our best Dragon Ball Z.
For sure.
I didn't. You both have great voices. You both have very unique voices. Dalton, you sort of sound like another YouTuber. You've probably heard that before.
Oh, don't tell me that. Don't
insult
me
like that. He's fine. It's the game theory guy, Matt Pat.
Oh no!
Well,
I'm never gonna.
Theory.
Yeah,
game theory.
Oh god!
I mean,
why you bring me on your show and you just insult me?
Yeah, that was
comparing me to YouTubers. Oh.
No, but both of you have great voices, and it both
Okay.
you could both easily be character actors, I think, and that was a very impressive
Thank you.
trailer all the way around. So,
Thank you. We had a lot of fun making it.
so
do our
was that all of you, like both of you from top to bottom, the music, the editing on the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I did I wrote out the script and I modified, I think, Dalton's script. I don't remember exactly, but
We did our draft process.
Yeah, we did our again. By the end of it, is like, who wrote what? I don't care anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did all the voice acting, and then Dalton did the editing. I am like useless when it comes to actually like using Adobe software. I can't stand it, but Dalton luckily got that degree in digital filmmaking, so we are abusing that.
Wonderful. Very nice. Very cool. All right, that's awesome. Okay, I love that. I almost wish we could learn a little bit more about that, but we'll keep it onto the show. Maybe we'll have y'all back on another time. Because,
I was gonna say Google High and Mighty.
Yeah, I don't have much talent when it comes to video editing. This is a free software, and it's been 10 years since college, so who knows how this goes down.
Oh, dude, you want the free software that's great for editing? Try DaVinci Resolve. It's the free version is very complete. You can even do like color correction in it, and it's professional grade. So
hell yeah,
yeah, try that out.
I wish I could color grade, but I'm colorblind, so it's not gonna matter.
which is why when you look at the art, you're like, oh, these look a little like more pastel than the video implied. It's like, yeah, because he only knows
so green. Yeah,
he only knows how to do neons.
Nice.
So, bright primaries. That's how we go.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the art team. I guess I didn't necessarily ask. I asked where you found them, but I didn't ask who you found. So who's the team on this book here?
I thought you were talking.
I don't know. I was going to say, do you want to take it, Dalton, or do you want me to?
Well, we have Fernando Pinto on art. He's a Chilean art professor who is also in a punk rock band, so he's already cooler than I will ever be in my life. And he's got
he has
a style
tattoo on his shoulder.
Yeah,
cool. Very
he's
cool.
Dude, and dude knows his stuff. We'll go back and forth on like Joe Mad Spider-Man comics, and just dude's a joy, and his art shows it. And brought to life with Meg's colors as well, Megan Casey, who has a great, like, not flat, but a what's the word I'm looking for, Wells? It pops without being super rendered.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then of course Nathan Kemp's letters bring the whole package together. We work with Nathan on a lot of different books, and each book is unique. Like so MECHATON doesn't look like Frankenstein. I just love the way he does.
I think the word you're looking for on Meg's art is that she brings out three-dimensionality without over-rendering.
Yes.
She does that by basically using the proper shades and applying the shadows where they should be. So yeah, this is really good work, man. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Also, shout out to Brenda Snelby, who does the design for the book as well as the logo.
Cool.
Super talented, and makes my life about 1,000,000 times easier. As well as Andrea Molinari does or edits the book, so we would be. It definitely helps to have that extra set of eyes on everything.
Yeah, what's the page count on the issues?
20 pages each, and then the first issue is 28 pages, so all 5 together are 108.
Awesome. What's up, Shadow?
Shadowhawk, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Thanks for coming.
Another Shadowhawk fan? I thought I was the only one.
You mean like me? I will never get over that panel reveal. It's so good.
Nice.
An art teacher and a musician. Our very own Pedro Ang here is an art teacher and a musician in a Panamanian punk band. So how do you like them apples?
Dope.
Yeah.
You and Fernando would either get along or be like mortal enemies. I can't.
No, dude, like in Latin America, we have a lot of free time, so we do a lot of shit.
Oh
so
man, if only.
Yeah, because if not, you'll remember you're hungry all the time. So you just have to do stuff.
let me ask you guys, what was the initial inspirations on creating the book? Was it like a fever dream, or is there like some
Fever Dream's not too far off.
I was gonna say, I woke up coming out of the woods half naked, covered in blood and a haze, and it was just like, this glove.
This glove.
Just whispering MECHATON.
It was like a buddy and I in college had been on like a 24-hour anime bender, watching things like Gurren Lagann and Code Geass and Gundam, and we were just like spitballing ideas back and forth, and glove punch thing into robot just came off the tongue, and we're like, that. And I like immediately went and wrote the first issue, and that was 10 years ago. So it's been a long time coming. It's gestated, and it's had a lot of different permutations. It was actually surprisingly difficult to like break as a story, because the concept is so pure and like easy to understand and so cool. But it was actually difficult to actually kind of structure the story in a way that it didn't feel like you were blowing the load early, or it was stretching out into a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of effort, and thankfully when Wells came on board, we were able to actually find what worked and what didn't about it. And we have this monstrosity you see before you.
For sure.
Nice. And that's the last thing you want. You don't want to blow your load.
No.
It's all about stamina. It's all about
keep it. Think blue thoughts. Just keep it steady.
Oh god.
Sorry about that.
I'll be using that one now.
Yeah.
I want to say something just horrible to get some low-hanging fruit to get a laugh, but I'll just think about your grandma's feet. I don't know.
Oh god.
See what that does for you.
Does your grandma not have good feet?
No, I don't know. I haven't seen them in some time.
One of my grandmas are dead. Both my grandmas are dead, so their feet are bound to be horrible. So.
Me too, Pedro.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Pale Rider?
Pale Rider asks, where's your delicious mama at?
Oh, my mom is still in Washington and waiting for you, sir. Papa, Papi, Dad, get on it.
Pedro's going to start rolling his R's here. This is getting...
No, the thing is that Pale Rider has a heart for my mom, who's like 78. And
you know what? Good for her. She's got it going on. She's
a well-put lady. What can I say?
You come from a good stock. That's the
important.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not her fault. She's beautiful.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can definitely pick up on the anime inspiration.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like you guys did end up doing a good job just from what little we've seen here, but from the structuring it out, that trailer really I understand that that's the last 2 books, 4 and 5.
The last 2 books in the first arc, it's going to be 4 and 5, and then we've got 2 more arcs that we want to do that we have in mind, and if we are lucky enough to be in a position to do more than that, great. But that's like the story that we have laid out right now.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Shadowhawk eating dinner while I watch. Hail all. Thank you, buddy. Awesome. Enjoy your food.
Oh.
Hail Joseph Dredd in the chat. Y'all watch out. Don't commit any crime. He's a good guy, though, Joseph. Okay. No.
Oh, no. Moving right along.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
We're shutting that down immediately.
So let me ask you guys, this is your 5th, or it says 6th back
this is our
here,
6th campaign, yes.
So what's sorry, I was just gonna ask, what's the go ahead, buddy, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say we've been in the very fortunate position that all of our campaigns have funded, and those 6 campaigns are 2 books, MECHATON and Frankenstein the Unconquered. So
very nice, right? And that sounds like an interesting book too, the Frankenstein Unconquered. I'm a horror nerd, so.
Oh yeah, you know it.
It's Frankenstein with a broadsword, so it all works out.
Oh shit!
It's Conan the Barbarian if all of the characters were Halloween monsters.
Nice.
Very
Does he have a Scottish accent?
No.
Well, comics have no sound, so that's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. I saw like Frankenstein with a broadsword, and I just see like he talking like Sean Connery.
Yeah, the Highlander. Sure.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you guys though, after having done so many campaigns, what do you think has been a sort of, what are your go-to things to do to help promote your book and hit your funding goal? And and I've got a couple more questions, but I'll wait because I'll end up asking a whole series of questions and you can't
You
answer
can
all of them at once.
really
all at the
monetize
same
your
time.
grandmother's feet. It's pretty great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
God.
We have a whole host of variant covers
Yeah.
of grandmother's
So,
feet.
oh god.
Wow. I'm sorry I created this mess.
Yeah.
This-
You kind of did.
I'm just gonna go away.
So the things that I find help most, aside from just like building on the audience that we already have, and shooting out reminders to people that hey, we're we've got a new book out and we'd love your support. I like doing this first of all is one of my favorite things in the world to do is getting on people's shows and introducing the book, and it's always super fun. Like half the time they either haven't read it or they're only like a little bit aware of it, and then the more I explain about the book, you can see in their face, so like I am into this, yeah, I want to back this. So that always is great. But I also will reach out to other creators that have projects out at the time, and if I like them and I think that our audiences are kind of have some overlap, I'll reach out and be like, hey, do you want to do like a update exchange where in your next update you shout out MECHATON, in my next update I'll shout out The Jump, whatever it is. And a lot of people are really receptive to it, and just that kind of like reaching out to each other's audiences to say, hey, this is a really cool book, you should check this one out too. I don't really subscribe to like Kickstarter being in competition. Like I'm not in competition with other books.
Right.
Exactly.
We're all just we're all competing for people's we're competing for people enjoying our comic, but that's not a mutually exclusive thing. We're not competing with each other. We're competing with YouTube and the attention, and TikTok and the attention economy.
That's very fair.
Yeah, it's all about not having that scarcity mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge pie, and if somebody buys one book, it's like, this is the only book I'm buying ever.
Yeah.
No, dude, these are people who read comics, so just come up with a good product, be likable, and don't pick your nose on streams.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
No, do you guys have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
No.
You compared me to a YouTuber. That was insult enough.
I'm sorry, buddy. Your voice, you sound just like him. It's very strange.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a YouTube channel. We've considered getting into TikTok, but I think that's
too exhausting.
Or some kind of like, but long form video. Yeah, no, I do not have the time and energy to do that.
Well, no, this is not the show for this, but TikTok is gonna get banned in the US, so.
Maybe not.
Maybe, but no.
Maybe.
The idea
if it is, something will replace it.
Yeah, exactly.
The point is, short-term video is.
Yeah, I remember Vine.
Yeah,
I'm that old.
Vine was great.
Vine was that was right before the country died. But
if I recall correctly,
the country died with Vine.
But Vine fell in 2016, and nothing got better after that.
Exactly.
The
Great Vine decline.
The concept of like long form video content on a regular basis is exhausting enough, and then the idea of TikTok, where it's more appealing because you only have to do short form video content, but you have to do that on such a consistent, like a daily basis to even have a modicum of interest or in the algorithm. Like it's just not feasible when you also want to be making art. Like if I want to be making comic books, I don't want to be making videos about my comic books.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, in TikTok, will be competing with girls shaking their ass, and you're already losing. It's a losing battle right there.
Yeah. The internet is a vast wasteland of attention getting
taken.
Yeah. It's
that's what I keep saying is like our biggest competition is not each other. It's like it's the fact that people don't have free time. It's the fact that like. No one wants to read after work because they're exhausted. If you want to make comics a thing again, you gotta bring everyone up. That's a completely different can of worms I'm bringing into this. But my point is like, Charles Stickney, with his $50,000 campaigns. He's not the reason that we're not doing, better.
Yeah.
In fact, he's probably a reason that we're doing as good as we are. He's bringing more people onto the platform. So yeah, don't go blaming.
We're competing. We're competing with video fights.
Yeah,
like people fighting at Waffle House, which is highly entertaining.
How do you compete with the Waffle House girl? How do you do
it? No one competes with Waffle House. Waffle House wins every time.
The Waffle House is undefeated. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
At Waffle House, the house always wins. That's the rule.
It's a good point, buddy. And now you've just changed the way I look at Waffle House forever now. It's like I'm always gonna be looking at them sideways, like, what the hell are you guys? The house always wins.
You say that, but at 3 a.m, when the only thing that opens Waffle House, that Waffle House becomes a Waffle Home in a hurry. All right.
I love the Waffle House. Yeah, no, it's a sort of you don't have a whole lot of like late night sit down spots. The Waffle House is usually reliable. I get the little.
It's one of the rough things about moving up to the north is that I no longer have access to a Waffle House at 4 a.m.
Yeah, dude. And the Waffle House, it feels like home because that's the only place where you can fight with your family.
And everybody just expects it to happen. That and maybe Walmart, right? I think you could get in a brawl with your family at the Walmart.
Yeah, dude.
Good times. We're from Arkansas, so this is stirring up happy memories.
All right, very nice. Okay, so let's quickly talk perks because I want to ask. Well, actually, how about this? We'll save the perks because I want to ask you guys one more question.
Please.
Tell me about getting in the previews magazine and what is Scoot? I see that it's a part of. Is it a part of Scout or what's
Scout?
Yeah.
What? Scoot?
Scoot is the YA and all ages imprint of Scout. It's Richard Riviera's baby, who is now the editor-in-chief of Scout at Large. And yeah, they have a slightly different what's the word I'm looking for? Like
publishing model.
Publishing model. There we go. Than a lot of indie comic books. Our publishers, the rest of Scout included, they do I think what they call a non-stop model. So they put out issue number 1, and then they skip directly to the first trade. They don't put out individual issues. So they do issue number 1, the first trade, the second trade, the third trade.
That's nice. I'm still Dalton Shinona in the preview.
You are still Dalton Shinona. That's very nice. That's very funny.
It's cool. Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
They messed that up.
All good.
Yeah.
I will sign the book Shinona.
I hope
might have to.
Dude, that
I have
sounds
to
very
be Dalton
Hawaiian.
Shinona now.
In fairness, on the
like
actual copy of the book, it says Shannon. It's just for some reason in previews, it's Shinona.
I was like,
Just have to
Dalton
go in and
Shinona.
draw
You
the
can wear a
A on it.
scarf. Yeah. Then,
So yeah,
and a fedora.
so yeah, MECHATON will be coming to comic shops all over the country in
Next
on
Wednesday.
March 29th, next Wednesday.
Awesome, guys.
Right. Great.
Yeah,
Very nice, guys. That's incredible. How you feeling? What are you thinking?
incredible. I feel amazing about it.
It's a little surreal having a book in a store instead of just on this nebulous website that could crash at any moment. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. Seriously. When does the trade come out? Do you guys have a date on that? Or
do not know yet. We can. I mean, obviously, we're gonna do fulfillment on this Kickstarter first. We're almost through coloring. Issue number 4. We'll be doing issue number 5 and lettering after that. But yeah, no, we as soon as we have the opportunity to turn it around and give it to Scout, I'm sure it'll be about 3 months post. So I can give no guarantees. Hopefully, it'll be later this year and not too far off in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Yeah. Looking forward to it, boys. This looks like a great ride. You got the anime. I grew up reading manga and watching anime. You know, probably not like you guys. And you nailed it.
We wanted to get that Toonami crowd
For sure.
Yeah, I was that crowd.
For sure.
Definitely.
We wanted to capture the energy of, is this okay for me to be watching at 1 a.m. on a school night?
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
Sorry, Pedro. I know this doesn't apply to you, but
Pedro was in college at the time.
The whole Toonami thing. like you guys, like I live in Latin America, so we got anime first before you guys. So
which
all,
is
like, this,
wild. Yeah,
yeah. There's the Super Mecha anime and like Dragon Ball and Saint
Saint
Seiya.
Saint Seiya.
Yeah, dude, which was something that's not that big in the U.S. Like down here, people is like, "What's the
Oh, I know.
zodiac sign?"
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember.
Yeah. And yeah, dude, it's so when Toonami came about, like I'm watching shows like, dude, I've seen these already. It's like cool, oh, very nice.
That's wild.
And I see the pedigree, man. Like I see the pedigree and the posing. You have a great artist. Like his posing is very like I come from an animation background myself, so I'm not that much into like rendering and hatching, but
Sure.
action and like proper posing and proportions, it's something that's my wheelhouse, and this has it in spades.
Yeah,
watching, man.
Fernando has an incredible dynamic style, and he's so expressive, and
he's a great storyteller.
He's an incredible storyteller, and that is the right word for it. He knows how to put characters on a panel and make the story flow. And we're incredibly. I'm like every day I'm so thankful that Fernando is drawing this book, because this could have been a very different book without him.
Makes us look really good.
Yeah.
Hey Ginge, can you highlight Neostar's comment?
Sure, buddy.
Not that one. Not that one.
Not that one.
Yeah. We have just you wait, sir.
MECHATON's leading the charge. Let's go.
We have one right here, and Ginge and I are working on Waifus and Kaijus, which is a giant robot versus Kaiju menace.
For sure.
So yeah, dude, like this looks awesome, and yeah, dude, like what we're working, even though it doesn't look like this, it shares like the same wheelhouse of.
It's got the DNA.
Yeah, the DNA, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I again, to the artists, credit here. This you guys said the Toonami crowd. I definitely get like early 2000s, 90s cartoon. There's like Mega XLR, I think was a show, but also
Mega XLR.
Dexter's Lab. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, the Dexter's Lab robot. Yes,
dude.
I was gonna say, who's gonna see it's not even a conscious thing, but every time I see it, I'm like, does this feel Dexter's Lab? It feels Dexter's Lab to me.
It looks fantastic, though.
It's got a Tartakovsky vibe.
Yeah, exactly. But if we speak in animation terms here, this scene right here, it's an animation principle called follow through, which is basically you don't have to show the contact, you have to show the reaction,
right,
to the action. So you have anticipation, action, reaction, and this is more a show, don't tell. You know it's a violent punch, not because you're watching the punch happen, but you're watching the consequences of the punch. Right, the creature flying, the punch just following through the action. They're very well done, done, and the camera angle is awesome too. Hey, we have Dave here from Genuine Comics, Perfect 10.
Oh, greetings, all you awesome people.
To you. I will briefly give a shout out to what's his name, Blake McCarthy, who has a indie comic called Territory that is also giant kaiju inspired.
Oh, awesome.
So this is the first time we've run a MECHATON campaign where he wasn't also running a Territory campaign. It's a little surreal, but
you guys had to duke it out. Battle the mechs. Very nice.
Battle of the mechs.
So Neostar here, he's maybe got a possibility for you gentlemen. You want that Toonami crowd? Get Richie Branson to record a theme song for you.
We'll just drop a couple,
We're working on it, okay?
We'll find him, we'll drop a couple grand, let's make it happen.
He's blocked my email, so I can't.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Richie Branson literally made a song, "Bring Toonami Back," and even Toonami's back, bitches. Hey.
Okay, fair enough.
Joseph Dredd says, "I liked Macross, Gundam, Martian Successor."
Nadesico. Oh yeah, that's an awesome series, man. Awesome series.
Okay. All right. Great, guys. So let's.
And you know what's cool about all those anime series from way back when? No brotherly sex. That's a new thing. That's a new thing.
I haven't heard of this brotherly sex.
Dude, it's all over the place.
Look, all I'm saying, did you watch/read Berserk? Because that was there. That's been there.
Yeah, exactly. Big there, yeah.
Wow. I have heard a lot of great things about that, but that has never ever once been mentioned. So that's
Oh, there's
interesting.
some homoerotic tendencies in
that
Berserk.
too. Mm-hmm.
It's
Very well.
beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
story.
Okay, great. So
Go like that,
Neostar.
man.
Well,
Nice.
yes, I recognize a few of these. Magenzer.
I know some of these words.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
Getter
so-
Robo is the beginning of the genre. Like before, at least for combiner robots. Like before Getter Robot, there was no series that like 3 robots combined into one or 3 ships combined into one robot. It was Getter Robot in 1974. Go Nagai, I think, was the guy who made it. And dude, it's just pedigree, baby.
Absolutely.
It's a long lineage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Joseph. He says Robotech was the Americanization of Macross, Southern Cross.
and Mospita. Yeah. Harmony Gold. They just bought the 3 series and made a script and made it work.
I like it.
Dope.
Okay, boys. So let's we run this show an hour, and I'm gonna hop out in front here and try to grab the wheels here and get this bitch back on the track.
Sure thing.
Okay, great. So let's wrap this off here. We'll talk about the actual perks and what you guys are offering, and then we'll call it a day. What do you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got our digital tiers and physical tiers. So that's if you know about MECHATON and you have the issues, you can grab just the new stuff, or you can get caught up on the whole series, depending on what it is that you want out of it.
Have all 5 issues.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And that's digital and physical. You can do that with. We have Kickstarter exclusive. What am I thinking? Kickstarter exclusive covers, variant covers. One that's a Pride cover. The other is a Transformers homage cover. Transformers, the movie, the good one from the 80s.
The good one, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The original.
After that, it's a collector's tier, so you get all 3 covers of both comics,
Very nice.
the A, B, and exclusive covers. There's also a collector's catch-up tier. So if you want every cover that we've ever done, we got you. We got you in this one.
Oh, man.
We have every campaign we do a limited run of iridescent foil covers. Here they are.
Oh
Here it
my
is.
goodness!
Very
Wow.
shiny,
Cool.
very chrome. Absolutely.
Got me.
Sheeny.
Very nice.
Yeah,
It's sheeny.
it's very sheeny.
Nice.
You
I'll
get
name my daughter that.
So
Sheeny.
you
Sheeny.
you
The
get
sheeny curse? No, go ahead.
no. You get this one. This is always the A cover, and you get a Kickstarter exclusive cover because so you get one to show off and one to read. Then you have I think after that is the everything tier, which gets you all the stuff that we've talked about so far, as well as the add-ons. So you get stickers, you get prints, you get your name in the book, you get your
Annotated scripts.
You get annotated scripts. So that's like director's commentary, essentially, us kind of going behind the scenes, showing our process.
Very nice.
Yeah, and
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to write, for sure. I hope it's a lot of fun to read.
Yeah.
As well, a couple of 11 by 17 prints. And then we have our sort of ultra high tier rewards. Adopt a page, which allows you to... so you get to read the book before anyone else, first of all. You select a page that you want to adopt. We put your name on that page. It says adopted by... Pedro.
Nice.
Nice. Hey.
If you so choose.
Congrats, buddy.
The price, by the way, is how much a single page costs us to make.
Mhm.
That's why we price it that way. So you are truly adopting the page. You also get your name in the front of the book, right up front, so it says they adopted this page, so everyone knows, even if they don't see it on the page. And then you get an 11 by 17 print of that page for you to hang up in your home.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For marketing purposes, you should put a picture of a puppy here.
A puppy?
Adopt the picture.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Lord. And then we have one more tier, which is commissions. If you want a character commission from Fernando Pinto, our series artist, you will get that, as well as everything in the foil cover tier. as we also have a character commission from Alex Moore, who did one of the variant covers. They are an incredible artist, and that's in the add-ons. We have plenty of add-ons for you to go through as well. So only one of those available. 24 hours left to grab it if you want some really dope art.
Beautiful.
Jump on it. Jump on it now and jump on it fast.
Hey. Okay. No, I love that. And again, boys, thanks for joining us in the last 24 hours.
Awesome,
and
man.
Big congratulations on everything. Before we let y'all go, you know, however you want to phrase it, we got you trapped. No, but Wells, I dropped your Twitter in the chat. Dalton, awesome. I wasn't able to find you out there in the wild west, buddy. So, are you out there on Twitter? Do you have somewhere? We got somebody.
I have a presence on the socials at Dalton K. Shannon. Pretty much any social media, I'm there. I can't promise how active I'll be, but I'm there. And we also have a newsletter that's in the bio of our Twitters that you can sign up for. That comes out once a month, keeps you appraised of all the shenanigans we get up to.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Very
okay,
cool.
Great. Awesome. Pops, if you're listening, sir, we're going to go ahead and wrapping this biatch up. Boys, thank you seriously again for joining us. I'm going to go ahead.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. The doors are open anytime you want.
Oh, wonderful. Don't worry, we'll be back. You can't get rid of us now. It's like a vampire.
God.
Go back, MECHATON.
Go back, MECHATON,
guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. We're going to bump them out. Oh, Jesus, I soloed them.
Yeah, that's not a bump, sir.
That's
not
opposite.
Bumping them out.
That's opposite of a bump.
All right, you get out of here.
See you guys.
Right. Awesome. You guys can head out. Pedro, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, dude. Awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the book looks awesome. It's robots.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Love some bots.
Good stuff.
Ichthus follows you now, Wells. So now I got one of my boys tailing you. One of my
Getting results of the Ginge Pedro Show.
No, but we do want to thank the chat real quick. Neostar, thanks for coming by, buddy.
Yeah,
Joseph Dredd, always a pleasure. Glad I didn't bust. You know, I didn't get my ass busted today. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
No, Genuine Comics, Dave. Thanks for coming by, buddy. We got to come on your show here very soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I will be in touch to get that going. Who else we got? I think that was everybody. My friend.
I think Shadowhawk was here too. So
he was Shadowhawk always, and Pale Rider talking about your moms. I don't think I can. Well, Daddy. I think he also mentioned your mom too, but I won't repeat what he said.
He wants to rub my mom's feet, man. He wants to rub my mom's feet. I read it too.
No, I mean your dad is he's got that sort of Latin American dad vibe, right? He had on a similar shirt and the hat the one time I saw him. So I mean, he seems like he smokes cigars and has a good time.
He does. He does smoke cigars, and he's a writer.
Yes, you mentioned that.
He's looking to write more now, so I'm happy for that.
Oh, good. Very good.
Oh, yeah. So we got a backer at the Ginge Pedro. This show gets results, baby.
We do, actually. I've checked my Indiegogo referrals, and while it hasn't been many from the last time I checked, it's been a minute, but we've gotten some come just because I share the link, right? We've sold some books on this show, buddy. We do a little bit good. What do you say? All right. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, I'll keep rambling on, but no, we will catch y'all next week. We got Jeff Haas coming in. He's actually a sort of booker to the stars, if you will, but just to the indie comic book guys. He was actually our guest today's booker, so we'll be learning about that, I'm sure. But until then, we'll catch y'all next week on the Ginge Pedro Show. Pops.
Take care.
Kick it.
I'm a setting sun, but I'll never run. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I will stay and fight as long till I die. And kill till
First world, come in and take a seat. Pay us no attention, it's all conspiracy. We have satire and parody, some funny, some perverse. If none of it's offensive to you, you'd be the first.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.